Hello, everyone. From the colossal clashes of massive ships to epic incidents with smaller boats, prepare to see some large-scale maritime accidents today. Let's get it on. In a rare accident, two freighters collided head-on in the Welland Canal. Normally, vessels pass each other port side to port side, but these two, each weighing around 10,000 tons, failed to avoid a collision and slammed into one another. Later, Transport Commission investigation determined that the cause was improper speed control and poor communication between the captains. Here's yet another reason why sailboats are a thing of the past. A sailing schooner, styled like a pirate ship, was passing through a retractable road bridge in the Dutch city of Haarlem. The mast came dangerously close to a power line, causing a short circuit with a large flash and a shower of sparks. Fortunately, no one was hurt, and there was no fire either. People strolling along Shanghai's riverside in the evening could never have expected this. The news of this accident spread across all major news channels around the world. The collision, which happened in the fall of 2018, was truly catastrophic. In the port of Barcelona, the Italian ferry Excellent crashed into a portal crane. The impact caused the crane to collapse onto 4 nearby containers, instantly triggering a serious fire. Watching these scenes, it's nothing short of a miracle that no one was injured. This docking was far from smooth. A miscalculation in maneuvering led to a rather destructive collision. A serious accident at the dock in Levanger, Norway, will leave all yacht enthusiasts stunned. A large cement ship leaving the neighboring commercial port plowed through 15 pleasure boats. 3 boats sank in the collision, and others suffered major damage. The cause of the accident was a propeller failure that made it difficult for the ship to maneuver.
Hører du smell?
Ja, jeg smeller. Knuser hele båtrekka.
Sånn har jeg aldri sett før.
One of the most ridiculous accidents caught on video happened in Belgium. The barge captain simply forgot about the raised crane on his boat and crashed into a bridge. To make matters worse, there was a car attached to the crane at the time. Witnesses experienced intense moments during a collision on the Xiang River in southeast China. A sand-loaded barge crashed into the bridge supports connecting parts of Changsha City. Fortunately, the impact wasn't strong enough to cause serious damage or result in casualties. And
Oh! Kissing it. Oh! Connection, baby. Holy moly. It damn sure did, son. It.
a ferry running between the Mexican coast and Cozumel Island is contending with a violent storm in the Caribbean Sea. Despite the gale-force winds, the crew has managed to overcome the turbulent waves and set sail.
Грузилась.
Там Леха.
Он держится. Теплоход.
Heart-wrenching scenes show the sinking of a fishing boat in the Bering Sea. The ship was lost due to the captain's mistake of charting a course through an area with challenging ice conditions. The ice damaged the hull, causing weld seams to rupture, and water quickly flooded the cargo holds.
Плот он вышел.
Ага, плот сработал. Страшное дело.
Да вообще страшно.
Fortunately, the crew of 90 was able to evacuate onto a nearby ship, but the trawler was doomed.
Какой-то прям рок с этим лизингом. Севин сгорел, Базановскую утопили.
It's ironic to see those responsible for maintaining order on the water be the ones breaking it. I bet someone had to change careers after that. Now, behold the awe-inspiring and truly terrifying power of nature. A strong storm surge unleashes its immense energy, tossing a cargo ship around at the port of Arica in Chile.
Oh, mira.
Conche tu madre. Que se de vuelta, que se de vuelta. ¡Ay!
The Wonder Bus is a famous amphibious bus that offers tours in Dubai. Fortunately, no tourists were on board during the collision. The bus was just moments away from disaster. Such rough docking means that the vessel has arrived at the shipbreaking yard, where there's no point in making careful maneuvers. Two British Royal Navy vessels accidentally collided in the port of Bahrain in the Persian Gulf. The force of the collision caused considerable damage to a mine countermeasures ship, leaving a large breach in its fiberglass-reinforced hull. The ships of this class, mine hunters, specialize in securing global maritime trade routes by detecting and neutralizing sea mines and other dangers.
Nou, het gaat wel goed. Oh ja. Nou, dan heb ik toch nog even een home video erop. Zo, goedemorgen hè. Dus goed. Ook zo'n klein paaltje, die had ik ook niet gezien.
Die gaat omrammen. Die gaat omrammen.
These clips show a barge on the River Meuse in Holland colliding with a part of a ferry crossing. What's the most exciting thing you've ever captured on your dashcam? Imagine finally getting a vacation and saving up for a luxurious cruise, only for it to turn out like this. Two cruise ships collided near Cozumel Island in the Caribbean Sea. One of them, the Carnival Glory, was maneuvering to dock and ended up crashing into the second ship, the Carnival Legend, which was already moored. It's definitely not what the passengers were expecting. Although the incident isn't very serious, the deck will certainly need some repairs. Another failed attempt for a vessel to pass under a bridge. The tanker crew ignored both the curfew and navigation signs and crashed into the pontoon bridge. Though the launch method isn't exactly cutting edge, it sure looks impressive. A large oil and LNG tanker is embarking on its maiden voyage along the Meghna River in Bangladesh. Containers are now freely drifting along the Nieuwe Maas River in the Netherlands. The voyage began when a German cargo ship collided with the Willemsbroek Bridge in Rotterdam. Even though the 65-meter high bridge was painted red to make it more noticeable, it didn't prevent the accident. The video clearly shows that the container ship was overloaded and had no chance of passing under the bridge. After the incident, river traffic was restricted, and port workers had to recover empty floating containers. That wasn't a fair fight at all. A massive container ship pinned a small pleasure boat against the bank of the Amsterdam-Rhine Canal in the Netherlands. The passengers had to jump to safety in panic, fearing their boat might be crushed. Fortunately, no serious injuries occurred. The accident was probably the result of a steering error and high winds. Loading and unloading containers are the most challenging tasks in cargo shipping, especially when dealing with damaged containers that can be unpredictable. However, these guys managed to handle it, and their skills are truly impressive.
Nej, ring politi med en gång! Åh helvete.
The helmsman of the barge lost control and crashed into the rocky shore of a Norwegian fjord. A small error in the calculations nearly left the cabins without roofs. After 44 years of service in the Mexican Navy, the destroyer Commodore Manuel Azueta was retired with honors. Stripped of its weapons and cleared of toxic materials, it was sunk in the Gulf of Mexico to serve as an artificial reef near the historic part of Veracruz. Launching a ship is not just an exciting ritual, but also a spectacular event. Here, an 80,000-barrel tanker is sent sliding down the slipway without any control. This happens purely due to the forces of gravity and inertia.
Wow, wow, grande, grande, wow, mamma mia.
Да, тяжело ему, конечно, дается этот порог. Вот борьба человека с природой. Надеюсь, что мы все-таки выберемся. Катамаран сплыл.
A fierce storm filmed by Scottish fishermen in the North Sea. Here, gusts of wind often create waves that reach heights of 6 to 7 meters. A fire broke out on a cargo ship docked in Rotterdam.
Niet filmen, jongens. Niet goed. Jan, die blijft gewoon buiten staan. Zo. Dat blijft de kant op. Niet filmen, meneer de Kassa. Hij werd er bang van in ieder geval. Bent het terug lekker goed? Dat ging uit. Dat is niet goed.
A Belgian cargo ship slammed into the pier. This is what happens when a crew loses control of their vessel. The video shows the captain rushing to the wheelhouse, and it seems like no one was in there at the moment of impact. A major incident occurred at Vung Tau port in Vietnam when a massive 57,000-ton coal tanker lost control and crashed into the dock.
Từ xa rồi sao nó không ngưng ta? Từ xa rồi nó bấm còi đó, nó bấm còi đó.
Every year, China's rivers carry around 4 billion tons of cargo, more than all the rivers in the world combined. Given these volumes, it's not surprising that accidents happen here fairly often.
The wind is coming from ahead of us.
Gani ko mahulog, no?
Yes, and we even see this morning.
Hello everyone. This video will completely change the way you see aviation. Welcome aboard. Collisions can happen not just on roadways. This particular incident happened at the start of an aerial race due to the carelessness of the air traffic controllers and signalers. Just imagine if a plane like this flew over your house, making all the windows shake. Lucky are those who know that it's just part of an air show.
The gate into the gate, he comes and I'm closer to the fence too, man. That one, that guy there is kind of crazy,
Samantino no es caro. Yo estuve en St. Kitts, que más o menos lo mismo. Sí, es claro, yo estuve 5
Parce qu'elle sent dans le vol. You will be there still. Still going. Still going.
The guy who filmed this video captured a rare moment. Lightning struck a flying airplane. Statistically, such an event happens only once every 3,000 flight hours. A stunningly graceful move for a 100-ton giant. A truly frightening incident occurred at Kaohsiung International Airport in Taiwan when the right engine of an Airbus A330 exploded during takeoff. Fortunately, the pilots were true professionals and skillfully brought the aircraft to a stop. As the Hercules takes off, the spinning propellers generate a zone of high pressure, which leads to visible swirling vortices. The Gustav III Airport on one of the Caribbean islands is known for being one of the most challenging airports to land at in the world. Its runway is perpendicular to the coastline and extends right onto the beach. The approach for landing is extremely steep and demands a high level of piloting skill, but the view is absolutely breathtaking, especially from the pilot's seat. The pilots decided to film a routine landing, but suddenly heard an alarm. It turned out that, for some reason, the landing gear hadn't deployed. The landing was quite rough, but luckily the pilots weren't hurt. The plane, however, took serious damage and won't be ready to fly anytime soon. Quick reactions are essential in the air. The paramotor pilot barely had a chance to be scared before a plane suddenly appeared right in front of him. When pilots are so skilled, even landing gear turns into water skis. This is what taking off from a dirt runway in bad weather looks like, an extreme test for pilots. There isn't a challenge that this helicopter can't handle. In this case, it's being used for emergency water delivery with a water dumping device. These guys are standing right next to the jet engine, completely unfazed by the deafening noise and temperatures exceeding 1,000 degrees Celsius. They're just doing their job, running afterburner tests on an F-16 fighter's new engine. This pilot's maneuvers send shivers down my spine. His spin is so crazy, it's almost like a free fall. Talk about an inflated ego. This SUV driver is so confident he thinks even planes should give way to him. Flying at extremely low speeds is one of the pinnacles of aviation skill. Even experienced pilots can struggle when the wind suddenly shifts in strength or direction. Impressive coordination of group flights during military exercises. And this is what in-flight refueling looks like from a Boeing Stratotanker. A transport aircraft from the Australian Air Force is making its way through the bustling city of Brisbane, home to 2 million people. This flight is part of an annual air show, reserved for the most qualified and seasoned pilots. An absolutely mind-blowing stunt. A helicopter doing a loop. An extreme stunt pilot flies the German MBB BO-105, the first helicopter ever designed to perform high-level aerobatic stunts. Special Forces pilots are in a league of their own. a heavy-lift Chinook delivers a race car directly to the track in Texas. Another achievement to add to the list of feats for this legendary helicopter. This firefighting plane is working on extinguishing a forest fire in Croatia, executing impressive maneuvers at extremely low altitudes. As you've seen in the video, helicopters are incredibly versatile machines that can even pop open a beer bottle. Firing signal flares can be even more thrilling than fireworks. The remarkable Super Guppy was developed in the 1960s specifically for NASA's needs. Only 5 of these planes were ever built, and one of them is still in use, delivering components for the ISS. This is how the unusual plane is loaded, with its cargo bay reaching over 30 meters in height. These vortices are rotating air structures created by the blades as they generate lift. They're easiest to spot in very humid air. For centuries, humanity dreamed of flying. How lucky we are to live in an age when it has become a reality. This isn't the latest aviation technology, it's a natural disaster. Heavy rains in Dubai have turned the runway into a real lake. The record-setting flyover over the Kansas City Stadium features a world-high number of 49 Vans RV planes flying together. When there's no river nearby, an old trusty pickup truck will always come to the rescue.
There is no battlefield Raptor will not dominate.
A spin is usually a critical flight condition, but not for the Raptor fighter. Its pilot just enjoys defying the laws of physics. A key feature for a firefighting plane is the ability to rapidly scoop up water. This super scooper can fill its tanks with 6 tons of water in mere seconds. Just watching this video gets your adrenaline pumping. Imagine what the pilot must be feeling. This light aircraft is doing a great job of cosplaying a helicopter. The takeoff was nearly vertical. The pilots skillfully used the strong wind as lift. In some ways, firefighting helicopters are even better than planes. For instance, they don't need a large body of water to refill their tanks. That's definitely not what you want to see out of the window during a flight. Few things in the world look as wild as a helicopter doing a backflip. The fighter pilot entertains the audience by creating a dramatic contrail in the sky. This guy doesn't know what fear is. If you dream of flying but can't quite make up your mind, take a cue from this teddy bear. If he can do it, so can you. There's never a boring moment at his job. Firefighting in California isn't just effective, it's also done with style. It looks like this chase is part of an exciting tale. This gadget, which looks like a retro-futuristic toy, is actually a modern drone used as a target for various weapon systems. The B-2 Spirit is a plane that has set numerous records. It was the first heavy aircraft ever built with a flying wing design. It also holds the title of the most expensive aircraft in aviation history, with a single unit costing over $2 billion. Marine helicopters demonstrate the potential of transport aviation. This version of the Sikorsky helicopter can easily carry over 16 tons of cargo on an external sling. The Blue Angels of the US Navy perform synchronized takeoffs and advanced maneuvers. During these flights, the distance between the jets can be less than half a meter. You'll see today why messing with the primal forces of nature is a bad idea. We've collected stunning videos from different corners of the globe to show just how terrifying and unpredictable our planet can be. Let's get it on. Avalanches are one of the greatest dangers faced by climbers. In this shocking video, captured by tourists in Pakistan, you can see what it's like to confront a massive wall of snow hurtling towards you at incredible speed. Thankfully, everything turned out okay this time. But it's a stark reminder that an avalanche moving at 30 meters per second leaves no hope for survival. Here's why you shouldn't mess around with volcanoes, especially with active ones like Yasur on Tanna Island. It's almost impossible to predict when a new eruption phase will start. Just as the man was setting up his camera dangerously close to the crater, a loud explosion went off, sending hundreds of lava bombs into the air. He was lucky that the searing debris didn't come his way. Nothing showcases the sheer power of nature quite like massive tornadoes. This monstrous twister was spotted in Kansas in 2016. The police patrol cars look like toys next to it.
Hey, let's get up to it. It's gonna rope out here. It's gonna rope out. Wait, she can't get in. Hold on.
And the moment the tornado disappears is truly magical.
Wait, first place.
This is one of those times when history happens right in front of you. In the spring of 2022, a centuries-old bridge in northern Pakistan collapsed, unable to withstand the surge of a flooding river. All the locals and rescue workers could do was helplessly witness the raw power of nature. Nature's forces can be so sudden that people find themselves completely helpless against them. This was the case in New Delhi, the capital of India, where heavy rains caused a small stream in the eastern part of the city to swell, and within a few hours, carve out a massive sinkhole. The growing sinkhole shocked onlookers as it swallowed more and more soil and trees. Eventually, the water eroded the foundation of a nearby building, causing the two-story structure to collapse into the chasm. Fortunately, the residents had managed to evacuate the building before it was too late. It's hard to believe, but that time when nature has other plans. You wanted to capture a stunning panorama of the storm, but a lightning strike hits just 10 meters away from you. things are more shocking than a lightning bolt suddenly striking your car. In the Chinese city of Ningbo, a driver experienced a terrifying moment while driving during a heavy rainstorm. Dashcam footage shows a powerful lightning strike hitting the car's hood, causing the man to instinctively slam on the brakes. Fortunately, the driver was unharmed, but the car wouldn't start after the strike. A lightning strike directly hitting a vehicle typically causes an electrical surge that damages the insulation of its electronics. Sometimes people have to escape the wrath of nature as if they were action movie heroes. This startling incident took place in the mountainous Sichuan province of China. A huge landslide descended from the mountains onto a modern road, and despite the protective barriers, it struck the tunnel. Landslides can be extremely dangerous, with speeds sometimes reaching several meters per second. For instance, the Vamnao River in Anjiang province eroded a huge section of its bank one Saturday morning, taking out 16 houses. Fortunately, the residents had noticed cracks a few days earlier and managed to evacuate their homes in time. Retaining walls can delay disaster, but if the land isn't fit for building, nature will ultimately have its way.
Singson petrol pump chu a chim taru.
And oil in there. Yeah, where the lounge is. Alright, that's where it's batting. Yeah, so where the lounge is, move the lounge out if you have to and get against that wall. Alright, I did behind the lounge. Okay? Alright.
That's what makes hurricanes in the city especially risky. You never know if the roof of the building next door is going to hold up. Here's what could happen if you build a house in a flood-prone area. This incident illustrates how attempts to control the forces of nature can backfire. The river breaks through its concrete channel, disappearing into underground cavities and posing a threat to the surrounding areas.
А вы что, для бабушки в гарь хотите? Да ну нафиг, пошлите отсюда.
This is what a moderate storm in the severe northern seas looks like. With waves reaching around 3 meters in height. It's hard to miss a tornado when it's approaching. The key is to stay calm and find shelter away from anything that could be dangerous. An impressive wedge tornado was observed in Uruguay. Sometimes the diameter of these tornadoes can even exceed their height. Hail seems like a pretty ordinary weather phenomenon until it starts smashing your car windows. You can imagine the shock of a woman in the car when this bombardment began. During the summer of 2023, a severe hailstorm hit cities in southern Germany. The hail was so heavy that it had to be shoveled off the sidewalks like snow. Cars parked outside suffered the most damage, and a number of trees were brought down. The sheer intensity of the hail even damaged building facades. The storm in Scotland turned the stretched tent into a toy. Imagine the shock of those people when the streets of their city turned into raging rivers. Water gushed from everywhere, even out of shop windows. This sudden flood hit Genoa, a port city in northern Italy, in 2010. A sea storm caused an extraordinary surge, and the Zanino and Monferrato rivers that flow through the city overwhelmed the underground drainage system, completely flooding two historic districts. Along with basements and ground floors, many cars were carried off by the floodwaters for hundreds of meters. Strong winds turned a simple ski lift ride into an extreme adventure. At times, the weather can be totally uninviting for these kinds of activities.
Aida! Aida!
A hurricane literally tears the roof off a school building in Poland. It's a shocking sight. This caravan was caught in a flood in southwestern Germany.
Das sind die Bilder, von denen man uns hier eben berichtet hat, von 2016. Der Wohnwagen wird jetzt in diese Brücke einschlagen und wahrscheinlich dabei zerstört werden. Hoffentlich ist dieser Wohnwagen leer, da ist noch ein Vorzelt dran. Den zerreißt in diesem Moment, den hat es quasi wie durch die...
The River Ahr, a tributary of the Rhine, was so swollen that it crushed the van against a stone bridge support, as though it were a flimsy can. The strength of the floodwaters is remarkable. Even though it's the result of a controlled explosion in a quarry, the scene is incredibly impressive, just like the bravery of that excavator operator.
was full.
It's an unforgettable experience to see such a weather phenomenon right in your room while watching the weather forecast.
This is a tornado. This is a tornado. We're in the middle of a tornado here in the hotel. We are in the middle of a tornado. We are in the middle of a tornado.
It looks like nature has a sense of humor too. Here are some cases where trees topple right in front of oncoming vehicles.
Damn, there's more coming down. Jesus, baby. Double whammy.
An impressive snow attack filmed in San Miguel County, Colorado. An avalanche roared down into the valley, burying part of the buildings. Judging by the operator's voice, it was an incredibly thrilling experience.
God, the wind. Crazy. Whew.
It's surprising, but hail can be dangerous indoors too. During a fierce storm in Australia, hail and strong winds joined forces to break windows and create a disaster inside the home. In late 2014, Brisbane, the capital of Queensland, was hit by one of the most intense storms in decades. Though it lasted just half an hour, the storm brought wind gusts of up to 40 meters per second, heavy rain and hail, causing damage to the roofs of 2,000 homes. Power lines were downed, and several planes at the airport were overturned. The total damage, including payouts for tens of thousands of insurance claims, exceeded $1 billion. This natural disaster struck Oberstdorf, a small town community in the Bavarian Alps known for its ski resorts. After a heavy downpour, torrents of water rushed down from the mountains into the village. It looked like a mudslide, with water bringing in heavy stones and debris. The worst part was that the flow went directly through the homes and yards of local people. Rescue teams had to work hard, using makeshift concrete barriers to divert the muddy torrents away from the houses. A massive arch at the entrance of a shopping centre in Cape Town, South Africa, collapsed due to strong winds. Just seconds before it fell, a car drove right under it. Imagine the surprise of seeing that in your rearview mirror. Hailstones come in all sizes, from a few millimeters to a few centimeters in diameter. Yet, the ones that struck near Verona were as big as billiard balls. Another unusual aspect was that the hailstorm occurred during the night, which is quite rare.
Olha a casa, conselho. Meu Deus do céu. Ai, meu Deus do céu. Sai daí! Espera, sai! Sai daí! Sai, filha da p... Meu Deus do céu!
After an intense downpour in Tokyo, where some areas got 52.5 millimeters of rain in just an hour, one subway station turned into a makeshift water park. The stairs and escalators looked more like waterfalls, and people had to wade through knee-deep water to get out. The city's drainage systems were caught completely off guard by this deluge. During a storm in Saudi Arabia, a fierce wind hurled debris into a glass display of a high-end shop, causing significant damage.
When the whole... we gotta listen.
This is what a flood looks like through the eyes of someone who's actually there. It's impressive how they stay positive in the face of such a catastrophe.
Wow. Hey! How you doing? That's disgusting. I don't know what else to do for my damaging stuff. Like, it's just coming in. If we can just put it...
The storm surge from Hurricane Ian in 2022 led to devastating floods in southwest Florida's cities.
اخر يا ولد يا ولد يا ولد يا ولد لا اله الا الله لا اله الا الله لا اله الا الله الله يخرج الله يخرجنا الله يخرجنا الله يستر على عباده لا اله الا الله.
Facing a rockfall like this is a real test of composure. Clearly, this mountain road will be closed for a long time. One of the most breathtaking mountain landslides was captured on video on Mount Rainier in Washington state. The rockfall, traveling at high speed, crashed into the glacier face with incredible speed, forever transforming the mountain's familiar profile. A major landslide on one of Argentina's mountain roads has taken place, but luckily it was anticipated. The ice breakup on a spring river is one of the most stunning natural events you can see. However, ice jams can also be quite dangerous, especially if they lead to blockages. Hello everyone. We've started to forget why men have a shorter life expectancy.
Hey! Okay. Come in. This one. Come here.
Ready?
The first guy who rushed to help deserves to be the main character in a legendary anime.
Oh my god.
This guy played GTA for so long that he decided to show his friends his skills in real life. Why spend money on wingsuit jumping courses or even an expensive VR simulator when you can just watch this video? The most adrenaline-hungry dog you've ever seen.
Okay, hope you have.
I know the kid was bleeding out. The dog's back to the lunatic. Still a rescue until you ever get the bar smell like a telephone pole. That's what I'm saying. So, right, at least I know that he's going to lose his life.
Uj! Мордашку Грету сейчас тебе по лицу. Вау!
Wow. Look at the crocodiles. I know.
This is what a Hot Wheels track looks like in full size. Try to guess how this video ends. And hit the like button if you were expecting something different. They say hi to your seasickness. Forbidden spaghetti from the steel mill. It's unlikely the referee managed to catch the foul in time.
Are you okay?
Sure.
Relax, relax.
Tahan tawa.
Siap, 1, 2, 3.
Are you hearing this too? It seems like he works in a branch of hell on Earth. In-flight refueling is one of the most challenging maneuvers in aviation, and only the most experienced pilots are capable of performing it.
Hola, hola. Saludos a toda la gente de Cabo. Solo el Cabo se ve esto, ¿verdad? Vámonos, papi. Vámonos para arriba, a la banqueta, papi. Vámonos.
Some countries don't have winter, yet they still have their own Santa. This scene perfectly demonstrates what second-hand shame is. Still, we have to give him credit for his persistence. Imagine Spider-Man, but in a Bollywood style. That's perhaps the most obvious reason to visit Alaska.
Oh my God, there it goes! Oh, dang! Oh my God!
الوقت هذا؟ هذا العرب بالمية وشوية.
While other dogs continue their futile attempts to catch their tails, a border collie is busy doing this. Let's add a little kindness to your day. This could definitely be a scene from that series. Meet the guy responsible for the machine's uprising.
Что это такое? Курица большая, что ли?
100% attack, 0% damage. It's hard to believe, but these aren't scenes from a fantasy film. You can actually see this effect in a lake in Norway. SpaceX isn't the only one with impressive technology. Here's a look at the engine testing for the first stage of the Nova, a fully reusable medium-lift rocket by Stoke Space. It's like a huge flower garden with a sprinkle of Mad Max and some medieval fun.
Woo!
Oui, ça va loin. Ça va très loin. Exceptionnel.
One thing Scandinavians have always been great at is starting spectacular bonfires. Admit it, Do you want one?
Amen, brother.
Woo! We're cool. He's free.
See if that matters. Just gonna throw it. I'm gonna get there. Oh, that could be good.
The pets I'll definitely get as soon as I become insanely rich.
Occasionally taking his chopper for a walk.
Kudos to her not only for being so kind, but also for her sharp eye. How did she manage to see the kitten from across the street?
เกือบแล้วมึง
This is the highest difficulty level in the billiard simulator. That's the reason why there's a strict time limit for setting up tents at festivals.
拐弯占道过不去了，哎呀，直反了，往哪直了？这玩意儿挺方便哦。
牛的那种觉得。
嗯。
主要是后边车轱辘走回去了。
啊，能过了。
你开直播。非常请问你开直播。
These little creatures definitely live up to their reputation as some of the toughest insects on the planet.